Nearly 50 years ago, a small failing radio station became one of television's most loved comedies. My name is David, and today I am bringing the cast of WKRP in Cincinnati back to life. Who we lost, who remains, and how time changed them all. Subscribe right now before we begin, and stay till the end because I'll show you the unbelievable twist that made Ruckrup feel real again almost 50 years later. Gary Sandy, Andy Travis. Gary Sandy was born Gary Lee Sandy on December 25, 1945 in Dayton, Ohio. Before the show, he trained as an actor in New York and spent about 7 years playing bad guys on daytime soap operas. The creator built the whole show around him, and he played Andy Travis, the calm young boss who runs the station. He was the steady, kind center of the cast, and he appeared in all 90 episodes. He was the actor everyone trusted to hold the whole show together. Even though he was the lead with top billing, the louder cast around him often got more attention. He has said many times that being known only as Andy hurt his career and stopped him from landing bigger roles. After the show, he appeared on many series, then returned to his true love, the stage, acting in more than 100 plays, some on Broadway. In recent years, people have honored him for how much the role inspired real radio, and he still keeps the original tapes of the show. He was married to actress Laura Soltis for a few years in the early 1990s. Today, Gary Sandy is 80 years old and still acts on stage. A gifted leading man who felt his most famous role quietly held him back.
Bailey, I was just telling Mr. Carlson here what a fine job.
Lonnie Anderson, Jennifer Marlowe. Lonnie Anderson was born on August 5, 1945 in St. Paul, Minnesota. She worked as a model and struggled for years before her big break arrived. The producers gave her the part after seeing a poster of her in a red swimsuit, but she refused to play a silly blonde. Instead, she made Jennifer Marlowe smart, calm, and fully in charge, the clever receptionist who was the highest paid worker at the station. She was the face that turned a small show into a national favorite. She quickly became the biggest reason millions of people watched the show, earning 3 Golden Globe nominations and 2 Emmy nominations. When the show was at its peak, she even walked away during a break to ask for the pay her fame deserved. After the show, she stayed busy on television and film and wrote a best-selling book about her life. Her marriage to and split from actor Burt Reynolds filled the newspapers for years, and she later found happiness with musician Bob Flick. A long illness troubled her final years. Lonnie Anderson died on August 3, 2025, just 2 days before her 80th birthday. She changed how television showed beautiful women, hired for a poster, but loved for her brains and her grace.
Well, it surrounds the eyes with comforting warm water.
Howard Hesseman, Dr. Johnny Fever. Howard Hesseman was born on February 27, 1940, in Lebanon, Oregon. Before the show, he was a real radio disc jockey and a member of a famous comedy group in San Francisco where he performed under a fake name. His early life was hard, and he once spent 90 days in jail over marijuana, though that conviction was later dropped. A director who knew his radio past picked him at the last minute, and he was perfect from the very first day. He was the rebel heart that gave the show its cool edge. As Dr. Johnny Fever, the tired and funny morning DJ with dark glasses and a cool slouch. He became a hero to younger viewers, often making up his lines on the spot. The relaxed man on screen was really a hard-working, careful actor. After the show, he joined One Day at a Time, led the class on Head of the Class, and appeared in famous films like This Is Spinal Tap. He was married for more than 30 years to actress Caroline DeCroc. He passed away after problems following surgery. Howard Hesseman died on January 29, 2022, at the age of 81. The coolest DJ on television was, in real life, a kind teacher to many comedians. Which funny line from Dr. Johnny Fever still makes you smile today? Share it in the comments below.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Les, but have you developed...
Tim Reed, Venus Flytrap. Tim Reed was born on December 19, 1944, in Norfolk, Virginia. He earned a business degree and sold supplies for a big company before becoming half of the first black and white comedy team in America. He almost said no to the show, telling the creator that the part felt like an unfair stereotype, and the creator promised they would build the real man together. The result was Venus Flytrap, the smooth and wise night DJ with the warm, deep voice. One of the coolest characters on television. He was a quiet trailblazer who changed what was possible on television. Even while acting, he was already learning to produce and direct behind the camera. After the show, he starred in Simon & Simon, then created and led his own praised series, Frank's Place, which earned him an Emmy nomination, and later played the loving dad on Sister Sister. His proudest work was building his own film studio, the only Black-owned film studio of its time. He has been married to actress Daphne Maxwell Reid since 1982. Today, Tim Reid is 81 and still works as a producer and a mentor. Hired to play a smooth talker, he grew into a true leader who opened doors for many others.
Where were you when Chicago Watts and Selma was going down, huh?
Jan Smithers, Bailey Quarters. Jan Smithers was born on July 3, 1949 in California. Before acting, she was a famous teen model who appeared on a major magazine cover at 16 while sitting on a motorcycle, and she later studied art. Her character, Bailey Quarters, was based on the creator's own wife. Jan played the shy, smart woman who slowly proved she was the most capable person at the station, and viewers loved cheering for the quiet underdog. She was the gentle soul that made the newsroom feel like home. She appeared in nearly every episode of the show. Her life held real pain, including the loss of her oldest sister in a car crash. After a few more roles, she chose to leave acting completely in the late 1980s. Then she found a new path, traveling to India for 16 years, learning to meditate and becoming a gentle voice for peace and wellness. She was married to actor James Brolin from 1986 to 1995 and has one daughter named Molly. Today, Jan Smithers is 76 and lives a calm, private life in California. She proved a beloved star could walk away from fame on her own terms, loved by millions, yet happy and quiet.
I know that sometimes it may not seem like it's worth.
Gordon Jump, Arthur Carlson. Gordon Jump was born Alexander Gordon Jump on April 1, 1932 in Dayton, Ohio. He worked in real radio and television in the Midwest before moving to Los Angeles in 1963. And that true broadcasting background made him perfect for the role. He played Arthur Carlson, the kind but clumsy boss everyone called the big guy, and he gave the show its warmest heart. His most famous moment, the wild turkey giveaway gone wrong, is one of the funniest scenes in television history. He was the kind father figure that held the whole station together. In real life, he was humble and gentle, loved by the whole cast, and even a licensed pilot. He also took on serious roles, including a powerful guest part on Different Strokes that helped many viewers. Later, he returned for the revival, appeared on Seinfeld, and became famous again as the lonely repairman in long-running commercials. He left behind his wife, 4 daughters, and a son. A lung illness slowly took his health in his final years. Gordon Jump died on September 22, 2003, at the age of 71. He played a boss with little to do, yet he was one of the busiest and most loved actors around. Do you still remember that famous turkey giveaway scene? Tell me your favorite WKRP moment in the comments.
I'm sorry, but Arthur Carlson's not in.
Frank Bonner, Herb Tarlick. Frank Bonner was born Frank Woodrow Bars Jr. on February 28, 1942 in Little Rock, Arkansas. His parents were musicians, and he served in the Navy and acted in theater before a small horror film gave him his start. In 1978, he found his lasting role as Herb Tarlick, the loud sales manager with the awful plaid suits, white shoes, and a hustle that almost never worked. He was the lovable troublemaker that fans could never stay mad at. Viewers loved to laugh at him, but off camera, he was nothing like the tacky salesman. During filming, he was hurt in a parasailing accident and had to appear in a cast. He was married 5 times in his life. His biggest success came behind the camera, where he became a respected director who guided many hit shows and directed more than 100 episodes of one series alone. His last marriage was to his high school sweetheart, and sadly he lived to see one of his sons pass away. In his final years, he fought a brain illness. Frank Bonner died on June 16, 2021, at the age of 79. He played the worst salesman in town, then became one of television's most trusted directors.
Everybody always thinks that everything happens to them and nobody else.
Richard Sanders, Les Nessman. Richard Sanders was born on August 23, 1940. He trained as a serious stage actor, then brought that skill to the proud and funny newsreader Les Nessman. He made a clueless reporter unforgettable. From the imaginary walls he pretended lined his office to the calm way he read silly farm reports. His greatest moment was reporting the wild turkey giveaway live, a scene fans still repeat word for word today. He was the master of straight-faced comedy that no one could copy. Behind the camera, he was also a writer who helped create several episodes of the show himself. Being known as such an odd character limited his bigger roles, yet he kept working for years on many popular series, returned for the revival, and even lent his voice to a well-loved video game. He has always kept his personal life quiet and out of the public eye, never chasing the spotlight. Today, Richard Sanders is 85 years old and lives a peaceful, retired life away from Hollywood. A serious, trained actor who became famous forever by playing the most clueless newsman on television, proving that great comedy takes real skill and a kind heart.
Time after time, in commerce, in treaties, in wheat.
The real WKRP twist. WKRP was not just a fictional radio station forever. Decades after the show first aired, the famous WKRP name actually became connected to real radio again, bringing the old sitcom magic back into the real world. For longtime fans, that feels like the show never fully disappeared. The same station name that once existed only inside a comedy series became a real nostalgia symbol for people who grew up with Andy Travis, Johnny Fever, Jennifer Marlowe, and Les Nessman. That is why KRP still matters in 2026, because it is no longer just a memory. It became part of real radio history. From a struggling little station to a name that still lives in real radio today, WKRP never truly faded. The laughter, the heart, and the unforgettable characters keep finding new fans almost 50 years later. If this brought back a smile or a happy memory, hit like and subscribe right now so more tributes like this can find you.